We made it to beautiful Romania.
We're Helen and Tim Travel, adventure travelers with a goal to see the world one mountain at a time. We're in country number 7 in our full-time travel journey. Join us as we show you the top reasons to visit Romania. We take you through the Transylvania area, and not only do we experience the majestic castles, but we find stunning hikes along the way in the Carpathian Mountains. We have officially landed in Romania from Bulgaria, and it was only an hour flight on Ryanair. Very quick, not bad.
Nice, easy flight.
So we're going to be here for about 3.5 weeks and going to be going around Transylvania, seeing the castles, doing some hiking, checking out the beautiful cities of this beautiful country. We've heard the people are absolutely wonderful too, so. Romania has the 4th largest train system in all of Europe, and you can often go to many cities and towns by the CFR train network, but sometimes you have to rely on bus or go by foot. The trains are fairly affordable, but can be slow or often delayed. Ride-sharing apps like Uber and Bolt are common and accessible in towns like Bucharest and Brasov.
So we were really kind of surprised in the beginning that there's actually Ubers in Romania, and they are fairly affordable.
This little guy came to see us while we're waiting on our Uber.
Yeah.
Are we calling it an Uber or Bolt?
Bolt.
So the ride-sharing company here in Romania is called Bolt. Highly recommend downloading it because it has very competitive prices compared to Uber. Transylvania is located in central Romania. Here's a bit about our route. We flew into Bucharest, the capital city of Romania, then trained to Brasov, where we rented a car because it was more affordable. After Brasov, we then drove to Sibiu, and then we drove to Sighisoara. On our Transylvanian loop, we returned our car rental in Brasov and then trained back to Bucharest. Oh man, Romania is so beautiful. So we just picked up our rental car here in Brasov, one of the major tourism towns here in all of Romania. And the reason why we're renting a car is because there's so many beautiful roads in Transylvania and also just hiking in general. So now we just want more flexibility. Our rental car was about $21 USD per day, which is actually not too bad. We went with a local rental company, so we'll definitely drop the link in the description. The number 2 reason to visit Romania is its well-preserved and restored charming medieval towns. Castles and medieval history may not come to mind when you hear about Romania, but their presence is everywhere across the Transylvania region. The town of Brasov was a great starting point to our Transylvania adventure. Sibiu is a really nice medieval town that we've been hanging out in and staying at Transylvania and co-living, so shout out to Johnny and Bianca for the awesome co-living space that they've created there. We're currently walking through the old walls that protected the surroundings of Sibiu. So it used to go all around the entire city. They had guilds that positioned themselves in each of the different towers, and they protected the city of Sibiu. So pretty interesting to learn the medieval history in Romania. Hi, Rita. So we're here volunteering at Animal Life here in Sibiu. Here's Mustafa. Where'd you go? So we're excited to be able to give back to the local community while we're traveling. It's one of the new things that we're hoping to start. Hi, sweet boy. Oh, there you go. Hi. So many sounds, cows and dogs. Oh, Naya, you're a sweet girl. We are checking out the nightlife in Brasov, and this place is magical and bumpin'. Lots of people and an opera show going on with the black castle lit up on the left. Really beautiful.
The beautiful gate that you see behind me here is one of the entrances into Sighisoara. So you'll notice a common theme in Romania is that each of the towers is under the control, or was under the control, of a specific guild. And a guild is basically like a group of craftsmen. And the one behind me here is actually the Tailor's Tower, built in like 1676. And we just went to a really cool guild museum that showed off a bunch of the different tradesmen.
One of the many things that has impressed us the most about traveling to Romania, and quite the surprise, is all the medieval history and the castles. seeing all of the restored buildings in Romania, definitely Romania has that to offer. One of our favorite stops was the town of Sighisoara because it was a smaller town and we loved the local artisan shops like Moonstone where they had handmade local jewelry and chocolate, and the shop owner was also super nice.
Bine ați venit în România. Vă mulțumim.
We are in the citadel of Sighisoara. We are in the middle of Romania. We are at the heart of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. One interesting fact about Sighisoara is it is one of the inhabited citadels of a medieval Saxon village. Sighisoara is such a cute medieval town. The colorful buildings, the old churches, the cobblestone streets, and there are a lot of tourists here, but it's not as busy as other towns like Brasov and Bucharest, the capital city. So yeah. Sighisoara is not only a popular town for its medieval history, but in Transylvania, it is also the birthplace of Vlad Dracul, the person that the story of Dracula was based off of. And speaking of Dracula, the third reason to visit Romania is visiting its castles. And the famous Bran castle was a must-see in your stop in our Transylvania journey, or to some it's known as Dracula's castle.
This is really pretty out here on the left.
Today we are heading to Bran Castle, the famous Bran Castle, one of the most visited sites in Romania. We're excited to check out the medieval castles here in Romania. There are a ton of them and they are just absolutely beautiful and full of detail. So we are visiting the Bran Castle. It was one of the first established museums here in Romania. And of course, the Bran Castle is famous for the story of Dracula, which was actually fictional. It was about 27 USD for both tickets, so around $13.50 per person to tour the castle. You can buy your tickets online, so you don't have to get them at the ticket kiosk.
So we do recommend coming early, starting early, because there's a lot of people even on a weekday. We're going through the secret staircase right now.
Bran Castle took over 650 years to build. It went through a lot of changes. Not only did Queen lived here, Vlad the Impaler, but it had a lot of chapters in its story across the thousands of years. It definitely has a Dracula feel, and every Halloween they have special events around it, so it gives you kind of that Halloween spooky vibe.
All right, so we're taking the train from Brasov down to Sinaia, which is the closest train station to Peles Castle. And it's 21 lei per person for the one way down, and it'll take us about an hour to get there.
Our train was about 1 hour late today, so that stunk because we not only woke up early, but we waited around, and now we're getting to Peles Castle much later than we expected, which, you know, it's just part of traveling. But one tip is if you're trying to get up to the castle, you can either take a bus ride up to the castle after you get to Sinai's train station. It takes about 20 minutes via bus, but we're actually going to do the 1 mile walk because one, we want to get some exercise, and two, by the time the bus gets there, we're already going to be there if we just walk. So what do you think?
I say we walk it.
Yeah. And it's always good to stretch your legs and see the city. So let's go. We made it here to Peles Castle, and Tim's going to tell you a fun fact about the castle.
It was built between the years 1875 and 1883 for King Carol I.
He was the first king of Romania, and also this is the Romanian royal family summer home, or it once was. It took about 30 or 45 minutes to go through these. We wanted to see all the detailing and all the corners. The Netflix series A Christmas Prince and A Christmas Prince sequel were actually filmed in the Peles Castle, or at least some of the scenes were, definitely not all, because in Hollywood they piece together different scenes from, you know, not only the castle, but studios, etc.
So we are waiting out a Romanian thunderstorm right now, and it's coming down really good. We are huddled underneath the tree. Luckily, I brought the umbrella with us, but boy, is it coming down. welcome to Castle Corvin. Castle Corvin is about an hour to the west of the citadel that we were just at in Alba Iulia. This castle was built in the 1400s and it was to protect against the Ottoman Empire. It's also one of the largest castles in Europe and one of the 7 wonders of Romania. As you can see, this is a beautiful castle.
The castle style is Gothic Renaissance. You can see by all the grand arches and just how the stone is laid out throughout the castle. The number 4 reason to visit Romania is the Carpathian mountain range. The Carpathian stretches from west to east from the Czech Republic to Romania. The Carpathian Mountains are over 932 miles long or 1,500 kilometers.
So these are the Carpathian Mountains that you might be able to see behind us. And I believe we're gonna climb Karaman Peak today. It's like 7,800 feet or so. I'm not exactly sure what that is in meters yet, but we'll let you know at the top.
We are very impressed with the Transylvanian region here in Romania. So as you go along through this video, you'll see all of the favorite spots that we've come across here in our trip across Romania.
Yeah, and so we arrived here this morning. We took the train from Brasov to Busteni, which is just north of the famous mountain town of Sinaia. So in case you were wondering, we're just one stop north of Sinaia. So it looks like the national park permit for Bucegi National Park is about 10 lei per person. It's valid for 3 months. We obviously don't need it for that long, but now I need to actually translate this. So one thing that we have noticed in Romania is that the gondolas are all pretty darn expensive, especially for Romania kind of prices. So this gondola was 190 lei per person round trip, or 100 lei one way, right? For an adult. That's pretty pricey. I mean, that's like 43 US. So what we're going to do is hike up to the top and then just pay one way on the way back down.
Well, in this park, there are over 3,500 species of animals, and that there's a prominent population of brown bears. And not only do they run around the neighborhoods, we're just gonna have to be very alert since we aren't carrying bear spray or anything like that. So far, Bucegi National Park, or this natural area, is quite the butt kicker. A bunch of rocks, chains, scrambling, straight uphill over like 3,000 feet of elevation gain, and our efforts are paying off because we can finally see the top of the gondola. Maybe another, I'm not even gonna say half an hour, it's probably gonna be another like 45 minutes to an hour, because it just looks like this last section is a sheer, like straight up switchback. So tired. The Carpathian Mountains are home to one of the largest undisturbed forests in all of Europe. There are over 400 species of wildlife, and 60% of the brown bear population lives within these areas. There are many mountain peaks to climb and hike, and you can often find waterfalls and high mountain lakes. So cute to see the dogs herding the sheep in the distance. Look at all the sheep, a ton of sheep. Wow. When you get up to the top where the gondola is, there's almost like 39 trails up here, so you can really branch out and go anywhere you want. It's pretty cool because it's about 20-minute ride on the gondola each way. There is quite a wait because I think there's only 1 to 2 cabins that go at one time. Yeah, it's certainly worth the trip if you are in the Transylvania area in the town of Brasov. Bună ziua, that means hello in Romanian. So Tim and I are in the car heading to Transfagarasan. It's a really hard word to say. The second highest road in all of Romania. It's around 56 miles long, or about 90-ish kilometers. We're only going to be doing half the road because it is going to take all day. It's about an hour and a half from Sibiu. Apparently the road is one of the most beautiful in the country, as well as there are things like brown bears along the way and many beautiful stops, whether it be alpine huts and also hiking trails near the top.
It'll be an amazing drive, and it has the longest tunnel in Romania at the top. And so we're planning on driving through the tunnel to the south side of the mountain and then turning around and then coming back to the north side. So we just got through the tunnel. We are on the south side of the mountain range now. We're going to turn around, head back through the tunnel so that we can go for a short hike up to the top of the ridgeline and get some really great views. Up here where the shops are, there's some big parking lots. This is an area where there's a lot of trails for hikers and backpackers. Another popular trail that leaves from here is when you're trying to summit the tallest peak in Romania, which the name escapes me. What is it? Moldavina or something like that? Anyways, it's the tallest peak in Romania.
We are currently hiking in the Transfagarasan Mountains, and we're overlooking Peles Lake. And the interesting thing about this lake is during the wintertime, there's actually an ice hotel here. That'd be so cool to see. We've always wanted to go to one of those, so maybe one day. Maybe you have dreams to go to an ice hotel too, but Tim isn't convinced that I'll actually enjoy it because I'm gonna be complaining about the cold the whole time.
So we just got to the Saua Capri Pass. It's at 2,315 meters of elevation. Took us about 34 minutes to get up here. Now we just have to decide, do we go left? Do we go right?
Look how beautiful this is. The trail is quite busy. Look at all those people down there coming up. Pace to start early for sure on this trail. We are now heading down Transfagarasan Pass, and it is quite busy now that it is 11:30 a.m. on a Friday in the summer. So the best time of year to drive this pass is July, August into September. They do close this road down during the fall and through winter. Make sure to check the website to see what the road conditions are. Pro tip is make sure you check the calendar before you come up here, because oftentimes there are bike races and also festivals that take place near the top of the pass, and there will be quite a few traffic jams if you decide to come on that day and try to avoid the weekends. We came up about 8 a.m.
We just spotted our first bear. He's a pretty big one too. There's a lot of traffic here though, so I'm trying to figure out how to...
Unfortunately, they're used to the humans around here feeding the bears. I say humans like I'm not a human. People tend to, ooh, we're coming up on a cyclist, gotta be careful. So people tend to feed the bears around here, and that's why the bear was laying down waiting for food. It is pretty sad to have to watch wildlife essentially be so dependent on humans for food, and we were just glad that we didn't see anybody tossing the bear food. Another reason to visit Romania is the food scene. Many dishes are influenced by many cultures and countries such as Hungarian, Turkish, Balkans, and Romans. We're finally getting our traditional Romanian meal, and Tim is trying the cabbage rolls.
My mother has made this before.
Really? Not the Romanian kind, but some other kind.
I think like cabbage rolls. Well, it's got just a little dill on top. It tastes like pork inside of cabbage rolls.
Ah. We'll put the official Romanian name below.
Very good.
So I think They're called sarmal or sarmale. I'm probably pronouncing them wrong. The cabbage rolls. I'm trying the ciorba de fazoli, which is a traditional Romanian bean soup with a smoked ham. It's got some veggies in it. I mean, it just tastes like a very zesty soup. It has a base of maybe tomato, likely some type of meat broth of some kind. And they serve it traditionally in a bread bowl. It's been really delicious so far. This dessert is specific to the Hungarians that live here in Transylvania. Almost like a consistency of a donut croissant. It's a little flaky, but then it's a little soft on the inside and it has a hollow. You can see the hole.
And what flavor do we get?
We got the cinnamon sugar. So if you're in Romania, try the curtash. Craving dessert, and so we're trying this dessert called Pampanaș. Is that what it's called? Pampanaș, and it is a Romanian donut with some type of sweet cream and berry compote in it, and it looks absolutely delicious. So let's give it a try. I don't have a fork. I'm gonna use my hands. Just airy.
It's good. Big sausage.
On the other side, right there.
This polenta with cheese is like a traditional Romanian dish. It's really good. Give it a shot. Langos. Tastes like garlic pizza because we had them put garlic on it. So it has like a sour cream and cheese topping.
We're trying some street food here in Romania, and there's a chain called Luca, L-U-C-A, in both Sibiu as well as Brasov. They're bread filled with ham and cheese, and you can pick them up for about $5.50 to $5.99 lei. Lodging is pretty affordable in Romania, so each place that we've stayed at has averaged to be around $50 USD for a full apartment, kitchen, and a bedroom, so not too bad. So in Sibiu this week, we are staying at the Transylvania co-living run by Bianca and Johnny. Shout out to them. Which is a very standard hotel room, but there is a desk, sitting area, and it's very clean and everything's super comfortable. Nice bathroom with a stand-up shower, and we'll definitely check out the co-living space downstairs. This was our first time staying in a co-living accommodation. We really enjoyed the ergonomic desks for editing our videos, community kitchens, community events, and they even offer affordable long-term stays. We'll definitely drop the link to Transylvania co-living in the description. Oh my goodness, you guys are cute. Hi. It's like we've become the animal whisperers. Made it to downtown Bucharest, going on a walking tour today. Hanging out in Bucharest for about 5 days, just checking out the town. We started and ended our Romania journey in the capital city of Bucharest. Make sure to catch a walking tour to learn about the interesting and hidden parts of the city's Roman history and its communist past. One of the things to do that were told to us by a friend that came to Bucharest recently, Bucharest, still perfecting that, is to go to the biggest thermal spa here in Romania, and it has 3 different areas of soaking areas, even a theme park with water slides on the inside. You can do like half-day passes, but we opted for the full day because there's just so much to see, including restaurants.
And 2 full-day passes was 70 USD.
Yep, not too bad. And we took an Uber here, and the Uber was about $15 USD.
Yeah, 15 US.
So what do you think about Romania, Tim?
This is such an awesome country that has some wonderful mountains, great history, nice people, great culture.
The food.
And the food is amazing.
Also, one of the things that I'm really nerding out over is just all the medieval history.
Yeah.
All of the grand castles. I think there are over 300 castles in Romania. And everywhere you look, there's like a fortress, a palace as well. And all the towns are fortifications. So they've been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And not only is Romania one of those places that I never expected to visit, but I would definitely come back again.
Yeah, for sure.
In our next video, we head to country number 8 in our full-time travel journey. We show you Norway's western fjords via camper van. And thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching today's video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you on the next trail.
Yeah. Oh. So many stray cats here.